Hi people, today I just want to show you a quick fuel filter change in a early 2000 model Astra. When you buy the fuel filter, it looks something like this, and in the box also came along some just some plastic clips and trims, and we'll work out what to do with those later on. Here's this particular Astra I'm working on. I've done a little bit of work on it and I'm just preparing it for sale. Just want to make sure that it's running as best that it can, so it's time for a fuel filter change. The fuel filter sits just about here under the car. To start this process off, you're going to want to take out the relay for the fuel filter and then try and start up your engine, and this will just depressurize the fuel system. That way when you take the fuel filter off, you're not going to spill a whole lot of fuel. Now with the engine trying to crank over and start up here with the fuel relay out, it might start and cough and splutter a little bit, but it won't run for very long at all. Once the engine's not going to be running like this, just turn your ignition off and you're ready to get to the fuel filter. I've got it jacked up under here. You're going to need some sort of a drain pan. There's just a Torx bit here that needed to be undone in order to access the fuel filter. So just a few quick turns of that. I'm not using any specialist tools here. These are tools that most people would have at home in their home garage. Once the filter comes out of here, it'll be a whole lot easier to access the pipes that are connected to the fuel filter. The plastic can just bend away and the fuel filter can just be withdrawn out. Remembering, I said before, you do need some sort of a catch can or some sort of a drain pan underneath this, because a little bit of fuel still will come out. Now these clips here, I'm just using a small screwdriver. If you pry up each tab of the clip here, there's one on each side, then the pipe can be withdrawn off. It can be a little bit fiddly and a little bit awkward, but if you put a bit of pressure trying to pull the pipe off and then pull the tab up, the tab sort of locks in an up position and then you can pull it right off. That was just done in real time there. I haven't sped this up or anything, so probably only took about 30 seconds of just playing around, and then was able to pull that off. Be aware that when you do pull it off, a little bit of fuel will drip out. Not a whole lot, but you will get something that starts to flow through. Should have been wearing gloves here, but you know, sometimes I forget to put them on and I just get working without them. Once one side's done, just move over and start doing the other connector. Same process here. Just bend up those little tabs just a little bit. You don't want to break them, but you just want to bend them enough up that it can slide off. Took a little bit longer on this second one here, but again, if it's taking you more than about 30 seconds or something, you're probably doing it wrong and you want to revise the way that you're doing it. I'm sure there's probably a service tool to actually do this a little bit quicker, but look, most of us, if you're working at home here, you've just got access just to simple tools. So just having a look at how the clip works and how it's designed, it's just a matter of pulling up those little tabs and sliding off that connector. Again, once this one slides off, there'll be a little bit of fuel that's obviously entrapped in that fuel filter that will want to drain out. So there we go, we can see a little bit of fuel dripping out from there. The new fuel filter, obviously make sure you connect it up the right way. It's got a big arrow showing which way the flow is. So obviously the fuel is coming from the tank and towards the engine. Those connectors just clip back on in place. Give them a bit of a swivel, make sure that they're connected correctly. Try and pull them off and you'll find that those tabs have now locked it back in and it won't move at all. It's very important to make sure that those are pushed on correctly, because you do not want them to come off. Now the little plastic things that came with the fuel filter, I couldn't see how they were going to be used at all. Perhaps they're for a different sort of application. This one just went straight back in, doing the Torx bit back up here, making sure that's all tight and looking neat and tidy. Also, when you're finished here, I do suggest you get a bit of a cloth and just wipe things over. I always like to take a bit of pride in my work and just make sure it looks neat and tidy and doesn't have any of my greasy fingerprints all over it. Hey, so that was a quick fuel filter swap. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. Make sure you leave a message for me and I'll be sure to reply.